Before we do anything, let's just turn this down. Try that. Right, we're live. Right, we're live. Right, we're live. Right, we're live. I think we're just waiting for one or two more drivers, and we should have a full grid tonight. Stringy B, just waiting on you. So, got a viewer. Welcome to All Elite Racing Podium Division. You viewer. And it's my old favourite Benjamin. How are we, mate? Right, let's have a look here then. So, it's round 11 tonight. We're racing at Baku. No idea what the weather's going to be. We've got 28 laps after 18 minutes of qualifying. I know, Ben, but one viewer is better than none, mate, so I'll take it. Right, quick look at the standings. So, let me just load it up here. There we go. So, iFish is currently leading the championship with 249 points. He's had 2 wins this season, 2 podium, 2 second place, and a third. Mr. Formula 1 is 42 points behind, has also had a win this season, and Toby has raced 5 times this season, he's won all 5. That is sort of where the championship battle is, just between those 3. At constructors, Ferrari Iron Flying 383 points, with Haas behind them on 61, and Mercedes just a little bit further behind on 70 points. Welcome to the All Elite Racing Division, David. Let's hope these boys put on a good race for you. Listen to me talk bollocks. See what else we've got going on. What is happening with my blower here? Alright, so but I hit that button, that's better. Right, looks like we're about to go do some qualifying. We've got Carsey racing tonight. Welcome in. Of course you are, Cinders. How did I not know that? I should have known, mate. Are you racing tonight, pal? I didn't see. Let's have a look at the check-in. You are... Of course you are. Never lets us down, does Cinders? Ow. I'm just going to get somebody's stream up. I want to know what the weather's going to be doing. Let's have a look here. Get on there. Well, it looks sunny for qualifying. Who's racing? 3 laps practicing and doing Baku. Good luck, mate. Benji, you're racing, aren't you, mate? So you should be live. You are indeed. Show me what the weather's doing, Ben, before you go out and do a lap. I can see how much fuel you put in, mate. Come on. And we've got an engine fired up. Who is it? What car's that coming down? That is a Williams and an Alpine. XDF1 Pro looks like he's going to be the first driver out. I feel like that engine sounds just a little bit too loud, so we'll just notch it down a touch. Try it now. Right, Ben's gone out. Selfish fuck. I'll not be able to see what the weather's doing, but it looks sunny for now. My guess is it's the whole qualifying session is going to be sunny. Not everybody's rushed to get out and put a lap in, so can't see the weather changing to wet. So we've got quite a few cars coming out on track now. 5 viewers now, we're racking them up. Go on. If you just joined us, welcome to All Elite Racing, Podium Division. This is the penultimate round. Round 11 of 12 before we head to Zandvoort next week for a sprint race and double points. Hey, XD has just let Membrane pass, so Membrane's going to be the first person to set a lap. So let's ride on board with him. Let's get rid of all this rubbish and we'll just watch him. Now, when I did comms earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday, I said that Boss Membrane would probably win the race, and he had an absolute nightmare, so I'm not saying nothing about him this week. Ooh, very close to that inside wall. Had a bit of a snap of oversteer, but he held it well. Finishes sector 1 in 35.2 seconds. It's not too bad. As he enters sector 2, just coming up to the castle section, tightest piece of track on the calendar. Nearly did a Charles Leclerc, but it was alright, still going. It's catching somebody up, that looks like a Haas. If he doesn't get out of Membrane's way, he'll give him a big toe down the main straight, and he's going to impede him, is he? And he's out the way. I can't help but think he's slightly impeded him there. Out what's really the final corner. The rest of the corners are all flat out, so they don't really count. And now it's flat stick to finish the lap. get that DRS wide open in a sec. You'll see the wing go now. Done. And he crosses the line with a 1:40.3. And XD must have had a big toe off him at the end there. 1:38.3. That was a bit clever from him. Got McLaren coming up, which is probably Carsey. No, it's the other one. But the other one's only on an out lap anyway. Carsey, who's probably going to get pole position, but we'll see. Gets that DRS open. Crosses the line in a 37.8. Not too much quicker than XD, but it's half a second. What we got now? TJ, just starting his lap. Got a Haas coming across. Oliver Whittleston's still in the pit, so that was Benji done a 1:40.1. And that was set on mediums. Anybody else set theirs on mediums? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so Trucker also set his time on the mediums in a 1:41.4. Lewis is out on the mediums. Bexon's retired. What's happened to Bexon? Yeah, he has, you know. He must have hit that inside curb, knocked his wheel off on the wall on the outside there. It's easily done. Seen it done many a time. Let's get rid of that tyres now. Kodoy, our American friend, comes out the final corner in the McLaren. Yellow flag's going mental. Benji retired. That's in the Castle section. He's had a moment. That's an in lap as well. Kodoy does a 1:41.7. We've got Ferrari coming across the line next, which is probably iFish's. No, it was the other one. iFish gone purple in sector 2. So he's looking good. Don't know what he's done here. Is he going to get a tow? No, because that McLaren stayed far out the way on the left hand side. Oliver Whittleston leaves the session. Let me just send him an invite. Bear with. He is not online. I'll talk to him. I'll get him back in a second. iFishers goes P3 and we're in at 40.0. So, look at that, iFishers and Knowing Light have both set the exact same time, 40.020. Just about unheard of in this day and age. How much we got? Mr. Formula is on his out lap, just about to start his first flying lap of the session. Let's have a look. Just check, see if I was back online actually. Yes, he is. Invite sent. Get him back in as soon as possible. He's not put a lap in yet, so he'll not be happy. It's his first race back. He hasn't raced for almost 2 months. He's been on holiday here, holiday with work. He's come back today and gets booted from his own session. How ironic. Anyway, back to Mr. Formula. 36.2 sector 1. It's not the fastest we've seen. Catches his teammate in a bit of a tricky place. Benji, what happened, mate? I saw you retired in the Castle section. Mr. Formula doesn't clip that wall, which is what we like to see. Ooh, ran really close to that track limits then. Keeps it within. And he's still going. Tricky left-hander here. Takes too much. just typical, Ben. You can do a flyer, but you can't do an in-lap. 1 minute 16.5. Well, you know, won't be last, Ben, because Bexham boy retired without even setting a lap, so he'll be starting at the back. Mr. Formula just coming down the final straight now. Get that rear wing open, mate. Lovely stuff. And he comes across the line in a 1 minute 41.3. That's about 8 tenths down on his teammate. The Mercedes boys are running very close together. Toby Gaming's done a 38.1. That's getting closer to Kazi every time. Who we got now? I think we've got a Red Bull coming down. No, a wrong one. Of course it is. Oh, and it was not AJ, who does a 141.7 also. It's a Ferrari next. Let's have a look who we've got. NLM's out on a lap. iFisher's. It looks like he's down, according to his. Oh, and he bails. Oh, it was invalid anyway. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's have a look at what we've got out on track. Boss Membrane's coming out for his second run. 140.3. There are some fast lads here tonight, aren't there? Look at iFishers and Connor. They've both done the same time. And Boss Membrane goes 100th slower than the pair of them. That is very, very close indeed. And exactly what we want to see. 1 minute 40.030. So there's only 2 drivers yet to settle out. PJH8 comes out of the last real corner, let's say, and he's got a car up in front, which is good news for him. He'll get a nice tow off him down the final straight, get that rear wing open. We'll end up with the fastest speed trap. That car peels off into the pits, allowing PJH some free air to cross the line in 1 minute 40.9. Puts in P11 for now. Cars is out for another run. It goes 600ths quicker than his previous attempt, and it's a purple sector. Let's just watch a master at work. Whoa, takes so much curve there. That was almost invalid, but beautiful at the same time. Oh, and he does a shoulder quick. He's in the wall. That is not what Kazi wanted to do. Wing damage, so he is human after all. He will not be happy with that. XDF1 Pro is catching him now too. So hopefully Kazi gets out of his way. Lovely jump over the curb. He must have, mate. He must have known he was on. And XD is 600ths up after sector 2. What can he do in this final sector? Can he get closer to Kazi? And he hits the wall on the inside. That's going to ruin his lap. And I imagine he'll bail to the pits. It was only 600ths up at the end of sector 2. That will have cost him 2 or 3 attempts hitting that wall there. And he does indeed, he bails. So who we got next? PJH on a lap. Not too sure. Kadoy is retired. In a funny place, really. PJH peels into the pits. Stringy B is retired. Mr. Formula is finishing this lap. It's going to be quicker than his previous attempt. 1 minute 40.17. That 3,000ths quicker than both iFishers and Knowing Light. That little battle, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's getting closer and closer every lap. It's going to be fun to see this in race trim. Mini Platters is put in the purple sector 2. This could be a quality lap looking at that. See what he does in this final sector. Keeps it close to that inside wall. It's that DRS wide open. Didn't even hear the beep, so it must have got it open quick. Goes P4 with 39.2. That's impressive. Van Aston just finishing his lap. I guess that's Mr. Gray. Improves by 2 tenths. Keeps him at P13 though. Just get some telemetry up because I don't. Yep, this is Trucker on a flying lap. Using that battery, catching whoever it is in front, gets out of the way nicely. Well done. Lovely through turn 3 there, mate. Into turn 4. Safety car's bent. I'm going to say 3. I do think there'll be an early safety car, and I think it'll breed another one, but then I think we'll be alright until near the end when there'll be another. So I think 3 safety cars tonight, mate. What do you think? We've got the Alpine of Boss Membrane just doing another outlap. This is probably his final run with less than 3 minutes left to go. I fished nearly 4 tenths up after sector 2. This is going to put him up maybe P4, P5, 39.5. Finished 4 tenths quicker than his previous best. That's a very good time indeed. The Aston of Gray coming in. Maybe he'll not have time to go back out, so that's Mr. Gray starting at least P13. Where's the Mercedes? Got PJH there. There's another one on track, which is Toby. He's out early, Toby is. Unless he's planning on just leaving it just in case he invalidates or whatnot. XD's also out. Boss Membrane is on his lap. Ooh, close to that wall there. Is he up? That's the question. Takes a little bit of curve. He'll probably take a bit more there. Has a little scrape of front wing on the outside wall there. And he's 2 tenths up on his time. Foot flat to the boards right now. Take this final chicane flat out, hugging that wall. Just the longest straight in the world to go. This is probably the part where commentators don't know what to say. Can't think of anything, nothing. And he crosses 139.5. Puts him less than 300ths faster than I Fishers. Them boys just won't be separated today. Got Carsey out now. Let's have a look what he's going to do. In fact, I'm not going to do it to him again. Toby with it. Toby's invalid. He will not have enough time to go round and start another lap. He's got 30 seconds. So that is Toby done. He's in P2. He's pretty safe. But he will be disappointed that he's invalidated his final run. Here's Callum, XDF1 Pro. He will be catching Toby anytime soon. He'll be hoping to improve and maybe take a front row start. Fantastic commentary, isn't it then? That's what we like to hear, mate. He's 3 tenths up. This is going to be very close between himself and Carsey. He's over 3 tenths up. He could actually do this if Carsey has another nightmare lap. He's caught Toby at the right place. He's going to get a very nice toe down the back straight. Is it going to be? We will find out now. And he improves, but not enough. He lost so much time in that final sector somehow. He improves to a 1:38, 1:23, but it's not good enough. And he will start on the second row. Carsey has backed out of his lap too. So that's him done. Mara, what's Mara done? He's backed out. Mr. Formula is still on a lap. Ah, Cinders, man. What are you doing? Mr. Formula is a second up on his time. This is going to put him in the mix. He's going to get a lovely toe down the straight as well. Everybody's had a toe today. Yet when I race here, I never get a toe. And across line 31. It was exactly a second quicker than his previous time. That puts him P4, I think it was. I missed it. But that's qualifying done anyway. That's 18 minutes of bollocks been chattered by me. Mr. Slater, how are we, Craig? It's good to see you here, mate. So, let's do it properly. Kazi takes pole position with 137.8. That was his first run. He hit the wall in his second run and invalidated his third. Toby starts on the front row with 138.1 with XD and Mr. Formula starting row 2. Mini Platters, Boss Membrane, Eye Fishers, Knowing Light, Benji and Lewis finishing top 10. Trucker Grey, Stringy, PJH and everybody else is behind. Now I'm guessing there'll be just a couple of minutes break between now and the race. Oh, it's cloudy. What's the weather like? I would love to know if it's going to rain or not. Benji, is it going to rain? A good stream, I'll catch it. Ben, I want to know if it's going to rain, mate. Dry to wet. Oh, here we go. When is it going to get wet? That's what I want to know. Let's see if it... Oh, it's only going to be dry for a little bit. It looking, according to the forecast, it's going to start raining sort of lap 5 or 6. You know what tyres I'll be starting on? It's going to be a soft start for me. Make the most of it. Let's see what all these decide. The only thing we know for sure what Kazi is going to do is win. Apart from that, it could be absolutely anything. The guy's a machine. Although he did 3 laps in qualifying, his first run he put in a time, his second run he took his front wing off, and the third run he invalidated, so who knows? Thank you, Ben. We now cross live to Ben France for the weather report. Yeah, he did, but it's just a machine. We both know that, Craig. We would wonder what's happening if he didn't get pole, let's be honest. Well, I mean this in the nicest possible way, Ben. You do chat as much shit as the weatherman, so actually a weatherman role within All Elite Racing would suit you down to the ground. Oliver Whittleston has left the session again. Just as we're ready up, let's see if we can get him in. Is he online? He is not online. You loved that, didn't you, Ben? Refresh. Need to get him back. Oh, he's not on yet. He's not online yet. So we'll just have a formation lap. We can see the rest of the grid actually. So as I said, Kazi and Toby start on the front row. Callum and Mr. Formula start row 2 with Mini Plattis and Boss Membrane sharing row 3. I Fishers and Connor, who set at one point in the qualifying set the exact same time to the 1000th, share row 4 with Ben and Lewis on row 5. NLM Trucker and Mr. Gray are on row 6 for Stringy and PJH. Row 7, AJ and Cinders on row 8. Godoy and Oliver Whittleston, row 9 with Bexham Boy at the back. Now, Oliver is still ghosting because he's not in the session. So I will invite him as soon as he tells me he's online. So he can be racing as well. As for tyres, let's have a look what everybody's done. There we go. Cars have started on the hards, which surprises me because it's going to rain in 5 or 6 laps, Carsy. You don't really need to be on hards then. Softs is probably the tyre to go, and Toby's done it right for me. Then almost everybody else on mediums, apart from Knowing Light, NLM Trucker, Stringy B and Kadoy, who have also gone for the hard tyre. Don't understand the hard tyre, but there we go. Stranger things have happened. Oliver's back online, so I've sent him a quick invite. I'll just let him know. Is Oliver back yet? No. Come on, mate. I don't want to miss the start of this race as much as I'm sure you don't want to miss it. The game is so broke this year. I don't know why they don't just have one game and update it every year with the new cars, rather than keep bringing out a new game, keep breaking the game and then starting all over again. Mr. Formula, what has he done? He's obviously invalidated it. Right, let's watch the start of this race from the view of Callum. Let's get rid of all that rubbish. Oh, it started raining now. I told you the hard tyres were the bad one. Soft, it was always going to be a soft start. Already raining. And there we go. DRS has been disabled as well. So there'll be no DRS. And we're away. Alright, we got away. Well, Toby jumped Carsey to lead the race. Everybody else looks like they've made it round turn 1. And there's a bit of wing there. Who was that? Don't know who that were. I've got a feeling it was Boss Membrane. I could be wrong, but I saw some wing. As he looks down the inside of Mr. Formula, and does he make it stick? No, he leaves room on the outside for Mr. Formula, who comes back at him and now has the inside line into the next turn and keeps that position. Kodoy has just made up a place on AJ through the same sequence of corners. Very nicely done. And we've got a Red Bull round, and that's Lewis, who makes contact and is facing the wrong way. Now at the back, does he have wing damage? Let's just have a quick look as everything else happens. Stringy B has also gone round. Oh, he's gone straight on by the looks of things. Does look like, to me, as if it's getting a bit sketchy out there. And the rain stopped, funnily enough. Just right on board, we've got Toby being chased down by Carsey, who is also being chased by XDF1 Pro. Oh, gets a bit squirrely coming out of there, almost into the wall, but manages to collect it up. And he lives to fight another day. Let's just check. Oliver's got back in the session. Oliver is in the session and is racing. Stringy B drops almost to the back of the field. Mr. Gray is retired. He must have hit the wall on the exit of the chicane. There's his car, and that's a virtual safety car. Unlucky Mr. Gray. That's not what we wanted to see on that one, but unfortunately we have seen it. Connor Lights into the pits. He will be having a new front wing. I imagine he'll be going on to those soft tyres. It is softs for Connor, and it is a new front wing as the virtual is out. He won't lose too much time. Bexham Boy is also in. Puts the hard tyres on, which is very strange. Mr. Cinders is also in. That would be for a new wing, new set of tyres. also goes onto the soft tyres, and now Connor's got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. Fisher's has also got a penalty. Oliver Whittleston has got penalties. Let's just have a look what they're saying. They're all drive-throughs, speeding under virtual. It does look like the track's gone green and we're racing again. And just as I say that, the rain comes down. So we'll see now. Strategy will come into this. When will people start pitting for the wet tyres? Benji Bucket is very, very close to Formula 1 and Boss Membrane. Mr. Gray leaves the session. Hard luck, mate. It's a shame to end it all on that one there. Will there be any moves down here? I should not think so. Very nice camera view. As we've got Kadoi just riding up the back of NLM Trucker. He's going to be looking to make the mover down the outside. The move is done, both on hard tyres. And he takes P9 away from him. I'm quite surprised nobody's popped into the pits to serve the penalties. Oh, as I say that, Oliver Whittleston jumps into the pits, serve his drive-through penalty on those medium tyres. The race up front is hotting up. Carsey is now all over the back of Toby on them soft tyres, and XDF1 Pro is just minding his own, assessing the situation, and Toby's a bit sideways through that corner. It's looking a bit sketchy out there. Oh, fighting here. Mr. Formula's got wing damage, I've just noticed. Front right end plate is missing, as I thought. Benji Bucket does have a look up the inside, but thinks better of it, which is probably for the good. PJH is looking around Kadoi, entering the Castle section. It's the hardest corner on the calendar. They make it round okay. As Benji has a moment. That's where Benji retired in the qualifying. Has he knocked his wing off? And he has. So it'll be into the pits for a new wing for Ben under the virtual safety car that we have again. Will anybody else visit the pits and put some wet tyres on? We'll only find out in a second or two. Kadoi is dropping down. Has he had a moment? Or no, he looks like he's taking his places back. They must have overtook him. And there's action in the pits. There we go. We've got Toby, we've got Carsey, and we've got XD all in for intermediate tyres. Inters. Mini Platis also joins them. Yeah, it does look to me like everybody's going to visit the pits now. Nobody's going to be stupid enough to stay out there on dry tyres. The rain's coming heavily. Benji will have a new wing fitted to go with them nice new intermediate tyres. Yeah, everybody's in. Oliver Whittleston also enters the pits. This will give these guys just a little bit of a chance to catch up. It says virtual safety car on my screen, but I don't know about you, but that thing in front looks like the full safety car to me. I do feel for these boys. XD made it out the pits before Carsey. He must have been held up there. Didn't notice that one. Quick run through the order while we're behind the safety car. So Toby was lightning off the line. He took P1 away from Carsey. XDF1 all moves up to P2. As he must have jumped Carsey in the pits. Surely. Oon is now in P3. Boss Membrane takes P4. Mini Platis drop down to P5. Stringy B in 6. Fisher's in 7th. Also has a drive-through penalty. That needs serving very soon, or else it'll be a disqualification for him. And leading the championship, he does not want one of them. Mr. Formula is just behind him, his championship rival. In P8, P9 being Benji Bucket. PJH rounds out the top 10. The only problem with a safety car around this track is it's one of the longest laps on the calendar. It takes forever. You've got the first lap, which is not a full safety car lap, then the second one, where it probably could come in, but looking at the gaps in the field, that is not going to happen. So it looks like we're going to have a lap or two to either chat shit or not say anything. And just have a look, see if we can see what happened to Mr. Gray. He said it's a quick race for me. That was a very quick race indeed. Where is Stringy going? 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. That was a bit silly as he comes back into the pits. Oh wait, he's on dry tyres. Somebody did stay out. That'll drop him back to almost to the back of the field now. Big mistake there. Benji Bucket also comes back in. What's that for? I don't quite understand that. He already had intermediate tyres on. He had a front wing because he's not had it changed. And he's got some more. Unless he just fancies racing from the back and working his way forward. You never know. Right, let's have a look at the position changes while we're here. So Toby and Exeter are both up one position each, with Carsey dropping down 2. Boss Membrane moves up 2 positions from his starting place to 6th, and Mini Platter stayed where he is. High Fisher's jumped up 1 position. Will lose a load though and end up near the back of the field due to his drive-through penalty he's yet to serve. Mr. Formula drops down 3 places. Started P4 in the race, and he dropped down a few. PJH and AJ both moved up 6 positions. The biggest gainer being Kadori, who moves up 7. And LM Trucker stays where he is, 2 places down for Lewis. Oliver up 5 positions. Connor and Benji both going down 6. Cinder stays where he is. Stringy B up 4. Down 4, sorry. Bexon up 1. And Mr. Gray DNF. Big Fat did not finish. So most of the pack has caught the safety car now. We're just waiting on Bexon Boy to pull his finger out, get himself caught up, and then we'll be able to go racing again. It won't happen now, but so apparently it was the AI that pitted Benji again. It wasn't himself going in. What a schoolboy error. Unlucky, mate. I suppose really I should have prepared some Azerbaijan Grand Prix facts for you. Well, as I didn't, I haven't got any. So, all as I remember, Max and Danny Rick had a big crash going into turn 1. Valtteri Bottas had a puncture when he was leading the race one year. And everybody sort of overshoots it coming into these early corners. Up down the escape road and spinning round. Lewis must have boxed again. Must have had a bit of wing damage because he's now at the back of the field. Let's just check it actually. Yeah, it's 1 stop for everybody. Apart from Connor. Benji stopped once and his AI stopped him again. Cinders has stopped twice. Bexon and Lewis both stopped twice. Let's get rid of that because that annoys me. Surely we'll be back racing this lap. It is boring commentating on safety car laps, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot happens. We'll see what happens. On the restart, I did predict an early safety car. I hope that counts as an early one. could be on for a winner here. Having said that, there's not been much change to the order. Everybody's relatively where they started. There's the confirmation the safety car will be in this lap. So Toby will back the field up now. And it'll be up to him when he goes. We'll ride on board with XD. And we'll see if we can react better than XD would. So we're just following. Toby's looking like he's going to get ready to go. And he's not gone yet. Is he going to leave it late? It does look like he's edging to go. XD's ready for him. A quick weave and warm tyre and gone. Good reaction from Callum there. He managed to keep with Toby into turn 1. There we go. Everybody sort of looks like we're getting through. We're bunched up again. Oh my. Through turn 1 we're alright. Turn 2. We're looking good again. Everybody makes it through as the virtual comes out. It's a VSC. Bit eager on the safety cars tonight, aren't we? What we got now? We got any damage? Toby's not damaged. Callum's not damaged. Cars is not damaged. Membrane, no. Can't see this one either. It doesn't look like there's any damage. I don't understand the virtual being out. No. So Oliver's got wing damage. NLM Trucker has also got wing damage. End plates missing for both of them. That might be where they come out. Cinders has got the opposite wing broke. Yes, there must have been a bit of contact between the few drivers there. Just leaving the Castle section on this virtual. We will be racing again very shortly. Fishers really needs to be in this lap to serve his penalty. So I think he'll be disqualified, and the track's green and we're away again. Kadoi got a great restart. Managed to overtake AJ in the process. Let's just ride on board with Fishers. Let's see if he goes in to serve that drive-through penalty. He really needs to do it at this point. Anything changing up top actually? So Cars is chasing down XD down this final straight. He's looking. No, he's not though. He's not close enough. Fishers peels off into the pits. Serve that drive-through penalty. Oliver comes in, knowing line, and Stringy B are side by side over this timing line. Connor's on the brakes earlier. Stringy B hangs it round the outside. That's lovely racing, boys. Stringy keeps P12 for the moment. Oh, a wing. Everyone's having a wing down there. Kadoi has made up 3 places, and he's looking at making his 4th. But he runs wide with PJH, and Formula says, thank you very much, I'll take both them positions off you. Not a problem. Moves up to P6. Just as we see Benji with Trucker. Just tiptoeing through these first few corners, just while they get a bit of temperature in these tyres. I know it's difficult. And we've got yellow flags in Sector 1. That's Oliver Whittleston. Must have took to the escape road. It's got wing damage again. Unless they didn't change it. Which is a possibility. Anyway. Back to Kadoi and PJH. He's having a great battle here. PJH was just in the wall just a bit. And Kadoi had to just back out of that. Didn't know where PJH was going to end up. Yellow flag's out again. That's Trucker in the wall. He must have gone straight on. rejoins the track in P14 behind his teammate who got an illegal overtake on him, and the safety car's out again. So I did say that safety cars breed safety cars. That's exactly what's happened. Oliver Whittleston with his second drive-through of the evening. Bexham boy also picks up a drive-through for speeding under safety car. Oh great. What a fun race, boys. Toby still leads this race on lap 9. PJH and Kadoy are both entering the pits. Do they have wing damage? PJH having a new wing. Kadoy is not having a new wing. He's away. Trucker will have his new wing. He did knock it off, and I think that's what caused the safety car. He's gone on to the full wet tyres, which is very strange. This is not wet. He's not the only one, because PJH has also gone on to the wet tyres. It doesn't look wet enough for actual full wets to me. I would have stuck with the inters. Oliver's in the pits, and he's got a new wing this time. It's not a great race back for Oliver. He will be kicking himself up with this one. He should be up there at the front, fighting the sort of top 4, top 5. Instead, he's having a bit of a mare. Just while safety cars running round, I will have a look for some little fun facts for you about this nightmare of a track. Right, here we go. So we've only been having Grand Prix since 2016. Circuit 6 kilometres long, and a 100% race would be 51 laps. Lap record is currently held by Charles Leclerc in 2019 on a 1 minute 43.009. Ooh. We don't mind a bit of that. It's currently the 4th longest track on the calendar, apparently. Cars will reach 350 kilometres an hour down that main straight. Let's see if we can get some stats for you. Well, that's helpful. That website is not very helpful. Never mind. All as we know is Seb Vettel had pole position here in 2018. Lewis Hamilton had pole in 2017. Lewis's 2017 time was almost a second quicker than Seb's in 2018. Lewis did it in 1 minute 40.5. Seb was a 141.4. Our boys are loads quicker than that. They're amateur numbers. First person to win the Baku Grand Prix, Nico Rosberg. Won it the year he won the championship. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had 7 Grand Prix, Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We've had 7 different winners. Nico Rosberg won the first one, Danny Ricciardo won the second one, and Lewis won the third one in 2018. Then we had Bottas, Perez, Max, and Perez won again. So sorry, we've had 7 Grand Prix and 6 different winners. Perez is the only person that's won it more than once. Looks to me like safety cars coming in after me talking that shit anyway. That's that gone. Toby will back the field up again. And we'll be getting ready to race. The rain is getting heavy. It might be an absolute genius move by PJH and an LM trucker to put the wets on now. If it sort of gets wetter in the next couple of laps, they're on a winner, them boys. And Toby's gone. XDF1 didn't react as well this time, but Kazi did. He watches himself into turn 1, Membrane just behind him, just looking at that rear wing. Probably can't see anything due to the spray. So much spray. Connor takes a position away from iFishers. Kadoy is still running around in P9. And there's a contact. Connor and iFishers into the wall. Great. Oh, and NLM is also into the wall. Felt sorry for his teammate. We've actually got 3 wet tyre runners at the minute. We've got PJH, Mini Plattis and AJ all running the wet weather tyre. Those boys are all used to running the same league, run the same league, they'll all be in the same party. Talking strategy. That'll be a couple of more wings or so. And Bexon has been disqualified. I imagine that's for driving in reverse. I don't know what that would be for, but we've got wing damage on 1 Ferrari. We've got wing damage on 2 Ferraris. Where's Knowing Light? Oh, he's at the back. I'm guessing he's got wing damage too, because that was big crash. Yeah, he's got 0 wing. Anyway, back to the front. Well, we've got XD still chasing Callum. Connor's retired. Unlucky Connor. XD with a big slide on through there. He's looking at the back of Toby, drain a bit of battery, see if we can get that move done into turn 1. He's looking up the inside. Toby leaves that door open, but he doesn't have the legs. And he backs out the move. They're both of them are pulled away from Kazi, who goes straight on at turn 1. Boss Membrane through turn 1 and takes P3 away from Kazi. Oh, rare mistake there from Kazi. Goes straight on in turn 1. And he's now dropped down to P4. We've got 4 cars in the pits. Cinders, Oliver Whittleston, NLM Trucker and iFishers. Benji Bucket has got a time penalty. Let's just have a look what that's for. Penalties. That's 20 seconds of penalties. What has he been doing? Takes a lot to get 20 seconds of penalties around here. We've got a great battle going on here between Kadoy, Stringy Beat and Mini Plattis. They're tiptoeing through the tight section. Get the foot down. Them wet tyres are working really well. He nearly had the overlap on him there going into this corner, but he thought better of it. It's too tight coming out the other end. Probably for the best. They choose a different spot to make that move happen. Cars is now caught back up with Boss Membrane. This will be a slam dunk once it gets put on, I would imagine. Boss Membrane not the fastest driver in the world. Probably got in his Toyota IQ today rather than his Mitsubishi Evo 7 that he's got set at home. This track is getting really wet. Is it full wet tyres though? It's looking like it to me. This could actually be a genius move from the wet tyre runners. The leaders are not boxing. Kazi takes that P3 away from Membrane. Membrane doesn't fight it too much, probably knows the score. As we all do, let's be honest. Nobody else is deciding to head to the pits. Kazi a bit squirrely coming out of turn 1 just there. and membrane sticks with him. Now there's a big gap, 3.7 back to Mr. Formula and Kadoi. Stringy B and Mini Platters still having that great little battle between them, and PJH joins them. Mini's made that move. PJH is just making the same move, and Stringy B loses 2 positions in 2 corners. Those wet tyres are really coming into their own. Just as I say that, Mini Platters gets sideways on entry to the corner, but he collects it up. Easily done. Lewis now riding in top 10. Not had the easiest starts to the race, but he's now in 10th and it's going well. Look at everybody tiptoe around. It's crazy how wet it is. Stringy B's in the wall. Is that wing damage? I can't see because of the spray. So like tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be, yeah, we've got wing damage. It's on the wrong side though. I don't understand that. Now back up to the front. There's 8 tenths now between the front 2. Toby's managed to pull just a little gap and he's looking comfy. He's got 3.6 seconds back to Kazi. And we're still tiptoeing around. Kazi's catching him very slightly. Will these boys decide to peel into the pits and get some full wet weather tyres on? We shall see. Doesn't look like it to me. Is it going to be a dummy and a late dive to the pits? It is not. The front 3 decide to opt. And Mara is the first one to jump in. Is he going to take those full wets? I imagine he will. Let's just ride on board with him through the pits and have a look. It's got to be wet weather. Can't see from there, very good angle, and it is. Boss Membrane being the first one then to jump, come on. But if you look where he comes out P12. That is, I'm just looking in relation to sort of Mini Platters and PJH. They're 15, 16 behind. Mara's about 8 seconds behind those pair. This could be an absolute genius move from these two. We've got the 2 Red Bulls just fighting. AJ also has on wet weather tyres on. And they seem to be doing bits now. He's looking at the back of Benji Bucket, who's got 20 seconds. Sending one up the inside of there on Stringy B. The boys are still battling it out, and there's contact, big contact, and they're stuck to each other. That's the problem. Once you tangle wheels like that, you're just stuck until you sort of come to a controlled stop. Boss Membrane moves up to P10, past both them 2. Makes it easy, light work of it. The 2 are still fighting through into the castle section, and they sort it out just before they enter the tightest part. Looking at the pace now, Membrane, I imagine that a lot of the boys are going to start peeling in and taking those wet tyres. Not the front 2 though, and neither is Kazi. Kadoi though, this guy was near the back of the field at the start of the safety car restart and he's jumped up to P4. That is a great showing. Mr. Formula heads to the pits. He will be taking these wet weathers now. Will it be a slick stop like Membrane's way just a lap ago? In he comes. Oh, looks like Drive to Survive. Oh, he's had a new wing as well. Oh no, that's going to slow him right down. And go. Go on then. You done? That's it. Alright, must have been a glitch. Callum's just caught up to Toby just a little bit. Keeping that gap sort of 7 tenths. Toby's controlling this race, but he hasn't got the gap he would like to have. Yellow flags in sector 1. That is Stringy B, who's gone straight on. That'll be that wing damage that's caused that, and he's got even more wing damage now, because he don't have one. It'll be time to head to the pits for him, and probably put wet tyres on. Cinders are just running around, sliding about on those wet tyres, enjoying himself, looking at the two in front, squabbling. Don't forget to use your ERS now, Cinders, a bit like Quali. And the front runners still don't come in for the wet tyres. They're stretching these inters out as long as they can. Kazi is catching the two in front, although XD has just dropped back a bit and must have had a moment. He's nearly 2 seconds behind now. Yeah, he's struggling on those inters. Might want to think of coming in now. As we've got Oliver Whittleston overtook Benji Bucket. Oliver is now in P9. He's still riding those intermediate tyres though. Here's the battle of the wet weather tyres. Someone's in the wall towards the bike. Who's that? I'm not sure. Trucker's still out on them. That gap's still 2 seconds. Kazi has got that gap down to less than 2 seconds to Callum. So there'll be a fight on for second place very shortly looking at this. Mini platters all over the back of Cadoi. This is the difference between the inter and the wet weather tyres now. You can see that mini platters got so much more grip than Cadoi in front. Ben's in the pits. Stringy B is also in the pits. Cinders was in as well. Oh, there'll be a three-way fight coming towards the back of there. Yellow flags now in sector 2. I think that's Oliver. Lighting the tyres up. Mr. Formula also lighting them up. Oof, that was very close indeed. Callum must have had another moment. He's over 3 seconds behind now. Cars is less than a second in front. And yet they still stay out on those intermediate tyres. As soon as one of these boys goes in, the other two will go. Look, Callum runs wide. It's the wall. And he spins. And that's his wing off. That's his race done. Hard luck, mate. I saw you were struggling a couple of laps ago. It would probably have been an idea to come in and get the wet tyres on. Oh, that battle for P2 that I said was going to happen didn't really happen. What we do have though is Boss Membrane caught up to PJH rather quickly. PJ started from the safety car restart on those wet weather tyres. They're a few laps older than Maris, what we're saying. Yeah, he'd done 5 laps on them before Membrane decided to box. Oh, it sticks a nose down the inside. PJH left him room and Mara leaves him room. That's beautiful racing between the boys. And he hangs it round the outside. Can he make that move stick? And he can. That is a brilliant move from Membrane round the outside. 2 trailer park girls. I've now got... Oh, that was very close between those boys. I thought something was going to happen. It didn't. I'm happy about that. Mr. Formula's gone... Oh, is it the wall? Is it the wall? Can't quite work out where that is. Come out that corner. Oh, it was there somewhere. He must have had it sideways, just there. Hit the wall. And he is now out of the race. Very surprised that didn't cause a safety car. Knowing the history of safety cars in this race, we've been getting them for nothing. We get a car retire on track with only 3 wheels on, and we don't get one. Oh! I'll edit that bit out. Ben, don't worry, mate. I didn't see you do that at all. Right, let's get back to Callum. Callum's going to box this lap. He needs a new wing anyway. He might as well put on wet weather tyres on. I thought he were retiring then. Thought that would have been 3 wheels on my wagon. He managed to keep it out the wall though. So the question is, can Kazi catch Toby in 8 laps? Oh! cars nearly in the wall as well. Don't know what is happening here. Kadoi's gone straight on. This is certainly wet weather now. Wet weather. And Mini Plattis is in a very, very good position here. He's P3 in the race. He's the first car running the wet weather tyres. And he is catching the two boys ahead. So he's in contention for this race win. With Boss Membrane behind just another 7 seconds. Not driving like that, he won't though. Because of that error that Kadoi just made, PJH has managed to close up on him to within that 1 second. Will he make that move? I heard a bit of wall contact. There's yellow flags there. XD again. Oh, his race just going from bad to worse. He's had such a good run recently with very good results in Division 1, in the 100 on a Sunday. And tonight it's just all undone for him. He looked really good earlier on. And he's just had a mare this last few laps. Running these intermediate tyres, Callum. You can hear me, mate. Get the wets on. They're the one to go for. It's such a shame. Anyway. Kadoi is just managing to pull away from PJ8 a bit. Even though Kadoi is on 9 lap old intermediates. And PJ8 is on 9 lap old wets. I would have thought they would be in for wet weather tyres by now, but it's not quite happening just yet. Toby's managing to keep it on track just lovely. These tyres done 15 laps. It's looking like he will be lapping somebody shortly. Don't know who it is. Just feel. Now the field is sort of spread out a bit. There's been incidents here, incidents there. Just a lapse of concentration. And you can't afford to make those sort of mistakes at a track like this, because it will bite you. It's proven. Been about 25 new front wings up to now. Toby's done a smart job so far running this race. He led from lap 1 all the way. We've got yellow flags again. Don't tell me that's Callum again. It is. He's gone straight on again. That's another wing. Another set of intermediates is on. When will you learn, Callum? It's wet weather. Oh man. As I was saying, yeah, Toby's led this race from the start to now. He's controlled it well. He's had pressure from Callum for the majority of it. He's kept his head, and he's doing well. You got Kazi that's chasing him. He is catching him ever so slightly. He's running this race having had no practice. I think he got 2 laps in earlier. He was just too lazy and couldn't be bothered to get up off the sofa, I heard. Typical. Comes in, takes pole position. But when it matters, on this track right now, all 26 laps, he's not doing as much. Mini Plattis had a great race, this guys. Moved up a couple of positions, started P5, running in P3, running on these wet tyres which are working. He's still catching the 2 boys in front. I think it's too late now for those 2 to box for wets. They've just got to roll with it and hope for the best. Membrane seems to be catching Mini Plattis. He's done a couple of seconds on him over the last few laps. Will it be enough to catch him towards the end of the race, though? We'll see. Oh, that was very close. Callum retires. Where with that? It's got to be in the pits. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, such a shame. who were doing well, has had a good run of results. You have a bad race every now and again, and unfortunately tonight is Callum's bad race. Toby a bit sideways there through both them. Kazi's been able to just close up on him just a little bit this lap. Took 6 tenths out on him, from what I can see. The thing is though, Mini Plattis behind in the Williams on the wet tyres is taking even more than that. He's catching. As I say that, the gap's increasing. But that'll just be down to Kazi absolutely running up on Toby now. Got that gap to last in a second. He'll no doubt be pushing to take that position away from him when he can, and I imagine he will do. PJH has been in and boxed again. He's put on the intermediate tyres. Got rid of those wet weathers. Must not have been enjoying himself on them. He's back for the inters. Just go back to the front because this is going to heat up now. Cars is catching him. We're half a second away from Toby. Ooh, very tight through there. I squeeze every time I see car go through. I could not stand on that corner. If I went to this GP in real life, I couldn't stand there and watch them come through there. Let's see if Kazi puts the move on him this lap. Not sure he will. He has the drive on him. He has drive on Toby. Yeah, this is going to be the lap. Draining some battery. Toby's also draining some battery in defence. Oh, it's neck and neck. No, Kazi runs out of battery just before, and he has to do it all over again. Looking back from Toby, sees that McLaren filling up his wing mirrors. He knows exactly what cars is like. He's raced him a few times before, had the better of him over some of those races. Will he have the better of him over this race? We'll find out in 4 laps time. Membrane doesn't seem to be catching Mini Plattis quick enough for it to make a difference at the end of this race. Tell you what the best thing about this race is, I'm going to say it, although I know it's going to change before the end of the race, but not one driver has got a 3-second time penalty for track limit warning. I think that's brilliant. This division was created to give everybody a chance of racing, whether you're one of the fastest guys that races in F1 or whether you're a newcomer. It's in all abilities. You can use any assist you like to race here, and we're having a race. We've got no time penalties up to now. It's great to see. We've had some close battles. We've had some incidents today, which, alright, it's expected on a track like Baku. It's a street circuit, the walls are right there. But the majority of the race has been lovely to watch. We've had some very good clean racing. We've had different tyre strategies. People starting on hards, and I don't know why they started on hards when they knew the rain was coming in sort of 5 or 6 laps. Here we go. That move's done. Kazi's done it. Takes P1. Toby's going to come back at him. Down the other side. Is he going to have the legs into turn 1? Oh, we're tight. Toby runs slightly wide. Kazi moves through into P1. So them two boys are back where they started. Toby's led this race for 22 laps. Kazi just takes the lead of the race for the last few laps. Now will Toby have what it takes to take him back? He's going to make a dive into him in turn 3. Kazi leaves him room, there's contact. They stay facing the right way. And they take it into the next corner. Oh, there's more contact. And they're still side by side. through the whole of sector 1. Kazi gives it up, Toby goes back through into P1. That's great racing between the two of them, very close. Alright, there's a bit of contact, bit of rubbing. Well, that's racing, and we'll love to see it. Fantastic between the two. Let's go down to Ben. What is happening here? Oh, he's being lapped. That's great for Benji, that. Just get out of the way. Let Mini Platties through. I think it's Mini Platties, yeah it is. Lets him through. Stringy Beagle lets him through too. Benji could have took advantage of that because Stringy's ghosting, but he didn't. That's fantastic to see. I love it. Well done, boys. And back to it. Stringy's still ghosting. It's strange. And that's it now. He's not ghosting. He's back to a race. Oh, and he's ghosting again. It's very strange. Let's go back to the fight at the front. We've got Kazi and Toby. And we've got yellow flags there. That's Oliver Whittleston's gone straight on again. Took his full wing off. That's going to be a new wing for the next few laps. That's a shame. He's having a nightmare for his first race back. Toby's still leading this race. Can't help but think Kazi's just going to build up a bit of battery and ready for the last lap fight. He can afford to do it, being the car that's in second. In this sort of case, I would much rather be the car that's chasing than be the car that's being chased, if that makes sense. I've got Benji and Stringy Beer still fighting this out. Ifis is just ahead. When I say just, I mean by 30 seconds, but that's just, isn't it? Benji Bucket's ghosting because I think he's too close to Mini Platties to not ghost. Mini Platties, although he's lapped him, he's not sort of getting away. Boss Membrane's going to be joining them two in a minute as well, while he laps him. But Kazi and Toby are still touching each other through the castle section. These boys have had a battle. The rain's sort of slowed down as now, so it's back to what would be Inter's tyres. I'm quite surprised that Oliver's not gone into box for his new wing. Instead he opts to stay out and just roll without a front wing. See if Kazi can makes that move here. Smooth on the steering there, a lot smoother than Toby. That's the difference between steering wheel and pad. That got the exit speed, but Toby's got the overspeed. Can manages to keep Kazi behind him. Twice Kazi went for that move, and he goes again. Third time lucky. Into turn 1, vertical touch, and he can't make it stick. Toby just hangs it around the outside just enough to keep that position. Still going for it. Fishers looks like he's just past Cinders. There. Cinders only being 27 seconds in front of Benji. Benji's got rid of all 20 seconds of his time penalties, so he must have had a couple of stops to do that. Back to the front, Cars is still looking at the back of that Mercedes. That rear wing, he will be sick of seeing it, I imagine. Got Lewis that's finally overtook Oliver Whittleston. Oliver Whittleston not having a front wing. Into the castle section, we're tight through there again. It's the penultimate lap. Almost coming to an end. There's so much curb through that corner. I know if I took that curb I'd end up over the barrier and into that building there on the right hand side. But no, Kazi can eat it all. Right, let's have a look now. He's almost got a full battery. Will he use it this lap or will he use it next? and he's not using it. Now he does. He's on the battery. It looks like he's trying to put the move on Toby into turn 1. Hasn't got enough overspeed. Toby's also using his battery to defend. Kazi can't make it stick. Oh, side bridge through. And they both make it through again. Very good racing between the two. Just drop down here to PJ because he's catching Lewis, who's just ahead. 5 seconds. Lewis being on the wet tyres, and PJ it's now on the intermediates. Nice tight line through the chicane for PJ. Gets a lovely run on Lewis. Opens that battery. And Lewis has got wing damage looking at that. So PJ makes the pass and he'll make it stick. However, Whittleston, I'm sure it's still got no front wing. And I'm correct. Still doesn't have a front wing. Decided to finish the race without one. Who needs a front wing anyway? They're overrated. The only problem is they'd probably get disqualified at the end for having a car that's underweight. George Russell. Here we go. Just one more sector to go of this race. It's been a long one. I can't lie. We're now at what I call the final corner. It's final real corner for me. Toby's got half a second on Kazi, which is a good enough gap. Kazi's got about 60% battery. Uses that battery. Toby's also got that much battery. And it's going to be a drag race to the finish. Who's going to win this race? It does look like Toby's going to take P1. It is going to be a very close finish, and it is. Toby wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with Kazi finishing P2. What a race it has been from them boys. Mini Plattis comes across the line to take his podium, with Boss Membrane coming home in 4th place. Kadoi makes it round the last few corners, and he's going to take P5. That's a great race from Kadoi. Started in 17th, almost at the back of the grid, and finishes P5. What a great race for him. AJ will bring that Red Bull home in P6. And he does so, with PJ just making it through the last corner now. Finishes this race with wing damage, PJ will. He's had a good race. Started in P14, up 7 places. I think he's had 3 or 4 pit stops. Still finishes in P7, so that's a good race for PJ. Sideways over the line, takes the rest of the wing off. Lewis in P8, Oliver finishes P9 with no front wing. And LM Trucker with major wing damage, he's got no end plates. He's on wet tyres. How he's done that, I don't know. But he's going to come home and round out the top 10. I Fisher's our championship leader going into this race. Will finish in P11. Not his finest race. He'll be very annoyed with that, but he'll still lead the championship after going into the final round. Cinders will be the last car to cross the line. Benji Bucket and Stringy B both being lapped have already finished this race. Cinders comes home in P12. Well, I think that was a quite fascinating race. Kadoi takes driver of the day. Also my driver of the day as well. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've got Toby coming out. Brings his flag with him. A very deserved win today. Led from start to finish. Made it look easy. And he also takes the fastest lap as well, so it's been a very good race for Toby. Wins the race with a fastest lap of 1:44.6. Kazi finishing P2. Mini Platters finishes P3, rounding out the podium. Boss Membrane P4. Kadoi, my driver of the day, finishing P5, moving up 12 places. Fantastic result from him. AJ, PJH, Lewis, Oliver, no wings, and LM Trucker rounds out the top 10. I Fisher's Cinders, who by his own mean says he had a crap race. I don't know, Cinders, you moved up 4 positions. You're not done too bad, mate. And you didn't get lapped like Benji Bucket and Stringy V did. XDF1 Pro, Mr. Formula, Knowing Light, Mr. Grey, all retiring in the race, and Bexon Boy getting disqualified. So there we have it, boys. That was your penultimate round of the podium division. Next week we'll be in Zandvoort, which will be a sprint weekend. It's also double points on offer. That includes double points for fastest laps as well. So that'll be it from me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Do come again when I go live and I commentate on the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.